good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Demo, Mario Brother music. So guys, I gotta give a good show despite the sadness that's happening right now in the world. And we all know our brother Kevin Samuels has passed, and a lot of black women on Twitter are glad.
What?
They're making memes, they're making comments, and they are rejoicing, and they are saying things like, "Looks like he died alone." But let's fast forward, Demo. So let's assume that you're right. Kevin Samuels passed alone. Does it take anything away from what he was saying about what's going on in Black America in the dating world? No. And let me talk about these detractors, guys. I want to talk about these detractors because it's very important. You see, rejoicing in somebody else's downfall is not mutually exclusive to your own personal success. For an example, I'm a 49ers fan. When I rejoiced in the fact that the Dallas Cowboys, we beat you, stop the show, y'all were still mad, it didn't result in us in NFC Championship beating the Rams, because those were two different games, two different opponents. So Kevin Samuels passing or not doesn't change the relationship dynamic in Black America. You know, you just don't have the viral show that you can have every night with somebody getting exposed because of their entitlement. But in your own personal life, you're not going to be able to have the guy that you want if you don't improve yourself. That's going to be the same. So let me just put that out there. Before the black men out there who are upset, let me tell you this, okay? I know Kevin Samuels would not want you guys to go to war with all black women because of what they're saying negatively about him. Even in his death, I know for a fact he wouldn't care. He didn't care about that when he lived. So I want to tell black men this. Do not judge all black women or all black people on what some people on Twitter are saying, because you got to remember, there are a lot of black women out there that are sending condolences to Kevin Samuels. He had a lot of black women followers. This is not the time to go into a gender war with those particular ladies over on Black Twitter or those particular ladies on Black YouTube. If they want to be immature, let them be. And that is going to be a big distraction, because that's what some sisters do. They put all of us in a box, but we got to be mature here. What have we learned from our brother Kevin Samuels? That you just do not respond to haters. You don't respond to people who are immature, and not responsible. Those people who are wishing death and things like that, these people are unsuccessful. Most of these people are the people that he was talking about, and they're upset. He wouldn't give a damn about those people when he lived, and in his death, if he could speak from the grave, he still wouldn't care about those people. What you should be worried about, and just like me, are people who are like-minded individuals. We are the black community. We are the African American community. Kevin Samuels had an African American focus in his content. Although he could have went more mainstream, more into the white world, he dealt with black issues and black male issues and black male problems and black women's problems, because that was his focus. His focus was on our community. And that is what we need to do. Worry about the good people in our community that we can still work with, and all of the, evil-minded and unsuccessful people that are in our community, we cannot work with those individuals. And some of those people you don't have to like. There are people who are successful and I don't like them, and I don't care for them. I know as much to stay away from them. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson put out a pretty good Instagram post about the death of Kevin Samuels, about he didn't like his method or the way he did things, but he doesn't agree with how he was tore down. And I honestly agree with that. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson for being mature. You don't wish death on people, especially when his content never did wish death on anybody. But what I want to tell black men is, do not get into the situation where we are online battling and forth with black women who are being disrespectful. They deserve to be ignored, okay? Because Kevin would have wanted it that way. He would not want his audience and his people on Black Twitter fighting these people when you could be spending that time working on yourself. You could be spending that time developing yourself. You could be spending that time working on getting some money. We know we have people in the black community, both men and women, who are just going to be childish. So let them do that to themselves. If they want to rejoice in that, their life is not going to improve. Their life is not going to get better. If they're happy, great, let them be happy. But I would not, and I am not, going to start making content berating all the black women just because you have some black women out there who are upset or mentally messed up or want to be deranged in their behavior because of what they believe about Kevin Samuels. I'm just not going to do that. Because Kevin Samuels has a black mother. He has black women who support him. He has black women who he's helped out that love him. I'm not going to throw all black women in the box. And I'm asking you to not do that. Ignore buffoonery. Ignore haters. Ignore unproductive people. All right? Those people who are making content rejoicing every day or whatever, video after video, you kind of know what kind of guys these people are. It's evident. So why even go back and forth with them? You're wasting your time. If that's the way that they feel, great. Let them feel that way. I really just don't care. Let them feel that way. At least they're consistent. You didn't like him when he lived and you don't like him when he's dead. That's even great. But don't you dare start a war with black women because of these people. What Kevin did was he brought black men and black women actually closer together, where we can actually have the conversation in which we've never had it before. None of us as black male content creators had the skill to be able to relay to black women our thoughts in the way that we do things like he was able to do. So we understand that his method of how he did things, there was able to be some sort of understanding between the two groups. That is what needs to be focused on at best. If you can't do that, just stay away from the whole thing. Worry about using that time instead of going back and forth with trolls to develop yourself, to work with black men in your community, to make changes in your community, whether it's your local community or your ancestral community, to do something powerful and great. Develop yourself as a man. Don't spend your time hating black women or being upset with black women, because you can find a reason to do that because somebody is mentally insane. A lot of these people that are on here saying this stuff on Twitter, these people are insane. Some of these people have like 4 kids by 4 different baby daddies, can't keep a job. You really want to argue with somebody like that? That person's not worth arguing with. Let them do that and take that time and invest it into yourself. Because I could tell you Kevin would have won it that way. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Already appreciate your follow that you do. Subscribe at the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.